Hi, Jess, how are you?
I'm doing well. Busy day. How about yourself?
Yeah, pretty busy for me too. Well, in case you don't already know, my name is Morgan Gacke. I'm here representing Tonal. I know when I was emailing your assistant, she said we had to have a meeting this week. She just got back from a trip from Mexico, is that right?
Yeah, I took my kids on a vacation, so they finally got out of the cold weather and they wanted me to go, so it was fun.
Oh, that's really fun. I'm glad you got to get away from the Minnesota weather a little bit.
It was nice. Did you go anywhere this year?
Yes, we actually went to Fort Lauderdale for a week, just me and a couple girlfriends, so it was really fun.
Good. Good weather.
Yes, it was pretty good. It was a little windy a couple days, but overall it was pretty good.
Nice. Glad to
Still,
hear
everything's better than Minnesota, so.
that. Right, exactly.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me today. Typically these type of meetings, I just really want to learn more about Boulder Ridge and then maybe how the tunnel would fit into Boulder Ridge apartment complex. Naturally, I'm gonna have some questions for you. You're gonna have some questions for me. Feel free to interrupt me at any time if you have any additional questions. Typically, these types of meetings will take about 10 to 15 minutes. That sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. Well, if it's all right with you, I'd love to just jump right in.
Feel free.
Great. Well, for starters, I know you are the director of amenities at Boulder Ridge. Are you the main decision maker when you are adding in new additional equipment?
Yes, I would actually be the final decision maker. Sometimes I do like to have the rest of our team because we have monthly meetings. If there's going to be a big change, sometimes I like to get their feedback, but we do always survey our residents and we get feedback from them consistently as well.
Okay, that's great to hear. I might be taking a couple notes just to jot down here.
Fine.
Yeah, so for starters, I know you said you get feedback from your residents. For you personally, what is the most important thing to you when you are adding in a new piece of equipment?
Well, first and foremost, we want it to actually be utilized. We've tried quite a few different options here and there, and some of our amenities are used more than others. Some are seasonal, of course, like outdoor spaces and things. So yeah, we want to make sure it's being utilized. Obviously, we want the cost investment to be worth it. So something that can be well maintained and kept around for years to come.
Yeah.
Those will probably be our biggest criteria.
Got it. So how many, I know you said you're kind of seasonal, how many members would you say are using your gym on a day-to-day basis?
Well, obviously a little bit more in the winter, but usually when we surveyed, we found about a little over 10% of our renters use the facilities around 3 to 4 times a week.
3 to 4 times a week?
Average.
Okay. And out of that 10% of your members, would you say they're doing more cardio or strength training, or does it kind of depend on the weather?
I mean, honestly, we have more cardio, so I would imagine they're using a little bit more of that. We just have limited amounts for our strength training.
Okay. By limited amounts, would you say, are you a little bit limited on space in your gym or?
We are very limited. I mean, everything's really tight because we have 6 ellipticals, 6 treadmills, a small station that has some free weights and strength equipment, a few areas to put down yoga mats, but it's pretty small.
Okay, got it. And would you say that because you have more cardio equipment than strength training, maybe your members aren't being able to do as much strength training as they would like to within your gym?
I mean, we didn't survey on that specifically, but that could be the case. I mean, our cardio equipment will stay pretty busy. I mean, it's used, especially certain times of the day, we'll have all of the equipment being used. So we feel like that has at least had the heavy utilization that we were looking for.
Got it. Okay, completely understand that. And so in comparison to competing apartments, would you say you're on like the lower, medium, high end for just quality of equipment?
For our gym or just overall like amenities?
Just overall amenities, specifically your gym, of course.
I mean, our gym's a lot smaller than some of like the larger properties, and I would say that we're probably like pretty moderate on like the updated equipment, right? We do actually get those repaired and serviced, so they do at least operate functionally, and the residents are able to use them. So I'd say we could improve a little bit more on just having different types of things, staying up with trends, and having a bigger space would help, which we can't really change at this point. So we have our outdoor basketball court and some other outdoor activities, but inside we only have so much space.
Okay, yeah, I understand that. So I know you mentioned you do survey your residents. Have they mentioned any ideas of how you could potentially improve your indoor gym at the moment?
We didn't really get a ton of feedback. We had a few people mentioning like certain things and programs and different types of equipment, but I didn't really find anything that stood out.
Okay. Yeah, so could you see how having a little bit of outdated equipment, especially in the winter months when people are kind of forced to use your indoor equipment, could you see how that could maybe create less of a competitive advantage when you're comparing to these higher end apartment gyms that have a little bit more space?
Yeah, it definitely is tougher to compete with some of those larger, and we always have a lot of residents who also have gym memberships elsewhere. So that's kind of a complaint, like that gets pretty costly for them too.
Yeah, having to pay rent and then also the gym membership.
Mm-hmm.
So would you want to add in a new product that maybe would reduce that gym or eliminate that gym membership altogether? So maybe it's something like Tonal where they can do all of those different workouts in one spot.
Yeah, we're always open to options. I don't know much about Tonal, but I'm willing to at least see if it's a good fit for the space that we do have.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for answering my questions there. I feel like I got a lot of good notes on that. And if it's all right with you, I would love to just transition over to the presentation and give you a little bit more about Tonal.
Of course.
Great. Well, so here's our logo here. Our mission here at Tonal is to really build systems that transform people's lives through fitness, health, and wellness. And we kind of do that in 3 different ways. So Tonal is a newer product. We were introduced in 2015, and we really blew up over COVID because people are having to utilize those indoor workouts a little bit more because gyms are closed. So we're very innovative. We have internal systems that track everyone's progress. I'll get into that a little bit more in the presentation. Along with that, we're really convenient. This is kind of why we thought we were a good fit for Boulder, just because I know you guys are limited on space a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll show you our installation process and kind of how little space Tonal really does take up. And then along with that, we're really adaptable. So we really pride ourselves on making sure that each person is getting their individual experience within when they use a Tonal.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I kind of just want to give you a little bit more of an overview of Tonal itself because it can be a little bit complex. So we have this 24-inch display screen here, and then we have these adjustable arms and retractable cables that kind of work together to mimic like your basic strength training equipment. And then you can switch out the handles, which I think is really cool because you can do so many different types of workouts. So with the smart accessory bundle, you can do ropes, you can do our smart bar here, things like that. I can show you. This is kind of just a little visual of how people are utilizing those different workouts.
Nice. And they all come together then?
Yes.
Accessories?
Yeah, all the accessories are included into the initial cost.
Okay.
Yeah, and I can go into that a little bit more within pricing. And then I just want to show you this really brief video that does a really good job of highlighting how people utilize Tonal on a day-to-day basis. So here you will see her turn on the Tonal, and then she takes out the retractable arms and picks her own customized workout. And then all of our coaches, you can choose to follow along with our coaches here, or you can do your own workouts with Tonal. And then as you can see here, this guy picked his own workout and then is utilizing our different smart accessory bundles to kind of customize his own experience, which we really, again, pride ourselves on with that. So yeah, this is just kind of an overview of a few workouts here. Okay. I know I just threw a ton of information at you. Do you have any immediate questions or concerns?
Not really concerns. I mean, it looks like it's fairly easy to use. How would you say is the level of like complexity if somebody was going to start out using it for the first time?
Yeah, so one thing about that is when the member is signing in, it's really like easy to like kind of adjust. So they'll sign in, they'll create their own membership, and then you'll actually do this, next slide, you'll do this strength assessment here. So then basically you can just either customize, if you already know how much you can lift, you can customize how much you can lift there. Otherwise, by just utilizing the handles, it will actually tell you how much you can lift within various workouts. And then also like kind of like an iPhone, when you're setting up an iPhone, it'll give you like a little like intro course. And then if you don't know how to use something, you can use our systems to kind of figure that out with that as well. So it's very user friendly, even though the internal systems are kind of a lot, it's pretty user friendly. Especially if you're updated with technology and things like that.
Good to know.
Yeah, does that kind of answer your concern with that a little bit?
Yeah, no, that helps a lot.
Great. Well, here on this screen, I just want to go into our internal systems a little bit. So as I mentioned, I know you said you're limited on space here, so as you can see, it does mount to the wall there. And then, yeah, this is all just, again, that customizable personalization that your tenants would be able to get when they aren't able to go outside and use your outdoor amenity equipment. It was kind of just combining all these 245 workouts all into one.
Okay.
Yeah. And then going on further for our installation process, so it does mount directly to the wall. So you really do not need a lot of space for the tonal at all, which is why I think it would fit perfectly within your gym. And then you just need 3 feet to the left and 3 feet to the right. And then we recommend 7 to 10 just so they can utilize it the way they want to.
Okay. And you said the bench and some of those other accessories like all comes in it. How much is something like that going to cost us?
Yeah, I can go over pricing. For starters, before we get into our pricing options, I just want to outline our membership program. So our membership program is $59.95 a month, and this comes with the strength score I was talking about, performance data and workout recaps, and it unlocks the personalized features and benefits. And then within this, every single one of your tenants can actually have their own membership, which is really unique to Tonal. So that's where they can get their own personal performance data and workout recaps.
Wow. So they would just set up their own account, but it's all covered in that monthly fee?
Yes, all covered. It's just a one-time $59.95 a month, and then you can have unlimited membership offers there.
Perfect.
Yeah. And then going into our 2 pricing options. So for the first year, it's going to be $125 a month. And then this comes with the 30-day free trial, the 3-year limited warranty, and then after your first year, it will drop down to $84 a month, and that's just where that accessory bundle comes in. Because after all those accessories and stuff are paid off, it goes down to $84 a month. And then our second cost option is $4,490, and that's just a one-time purchase. So again, this comes in with the 30-day free trial. So if in the event that you don't think the tonal works with Boulder, then we'll come in free of charge, take that out for you. And then also the 3-year limited warranty. I know you mentioned that you are kind of having to have people come in and repair your equipment whenever it breaks. So we will take care of that for you. We'll come in and repair anything that happens to the tonal.
Okay, sounds good.
So these are our main 2 pricing options. At this point, is there anything kind of making you not want to move forward with the tonal?
Nothing specific. I think I'm just worried about like the timing and like, is this something that will be utilized enough?
Yeah. So one question I wanted to ask you is, when are your residents usually re-signing their leases? Is it kind of like June time?
Most of them, it just depends on when they started, but that's the most common time just because we do before summer and then through the academic year for students. But they are annual. Renewals. So we do have people who've been here 3 to 5 years already. Some of them are shorter term.
Great. Yeah, so this is why I was really wanting to meet with you at this time of the year, because I know you are getting a lot of those tenants re-signing at this time. So we think that it would be a perfect time to introduce this new and innovative product, because not only will it make your tenants want to re-sign and stay with Boulder Ridge, but when new tenants are coming in and touring Boulder Ridge and deciding whether or not they want to live in, let's say, like Bluestone compared to Boulder, you could really leverage the tonal and kind of convince them that because you have this amenity, especially in the winter months, then they could come in and utilize this product.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. And you said it has a 30-day free trial. So like if for any reason we didn't like it once it was up and going,
yes,
that's kind of risk-free.
Yes. Yeah, we have a 30-day free trial. And as I mentioned, we do have a team that comes in and actually mounts the tonal on the wall for you. So again, if you decide you don't like it, we'll have the team come in and take it off for you as well.
Okay, that sounds pretty fair.
Yeah, does that kind of answer your price concern a little bit?
Yeah, I think as long as it's risk-free for the first 30 days, I think we can give it a go and make sure it's being used. And if it's not, then I guess I'll call you up and have it removed, right?
Yeah, of course. I know, it's kind of what's nice with a 30-day trial. Okay, well, what pricing option do you think that would work best for Boulder Ridge?
I'll have to see, our purchasing office will have to decide on that, but if you can send over all the details, I'll have them look it over and then they can sign.
Okay, great. And we would love to get this product within Boulder, let's say within the next couple of weeks, just to get that 30 days before you have your new tenants come in.
Okay.
Would like next Thursday at like around noon, if we send our team in to install it, would that work for you?
Yeah, I can make sure someone's on site and available to
Okay.
do that. Yeah, sounds
Great.
good. Thank
Great.
you
Well,
again.
thank you so much. And
Yeah.
here's my contact information if you have any further questions.
Okay, so in 30 days, if I'm not happy, I'll be calling.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.